Always master your best techniques. What works for one person may not work well for you. And if it doesn't, find what works for you. And you want it to be effective and destructive. Brad Steiner had a thing where he would put techniques into three categories. And they were category one, category two, and category three. Category one were techniques that you knew you liked them, you're good with them, they're part of your repertoire, category one. Category two was a category of techniques that you weren't quite as good with them yet, but you felt like you could be if you worked on it more. Category two. And then there was category three techniques, which you know you don't like them. And one caveat about that, you can't learn a technique right off the bat and go, I don't like that. That's not going to work. You got to practice it a while. So in the American combative system, students are forced to practice various techniques through the counterattacks. So they get a good amount of training in all the techniques, because a technique you don't like at all in the beginning, sometimes you might like later. But let's say you have been practicing a technique for quite a while. You learned it months ago and you just don't like it. You're never going to like it. Get rid of it. Put something else in there. So on our what we call counterattacks, the way you would react to various grabs, holds, and when you're late to the fight, you're in a headlock, you're in a bear hug hold. There may be a certain movement that's done that you don't like, and there's another movement you could do that would fulfill what that movement does. So sometimes a movement is done very purposely for its protective quality, but when you find a technique that doesn't work for you, don't try to force it, because under stress you're not even going to use it. And work on the best techniques that work for you and that are destructive. Master your best techniques.